is up, my friends? How are you guys doing? Welcome back. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. Got to hang out with some of my loved ones. Got to celebrate my youngest birthday. We had a fantastic time. So I hope wherever you were at, whatever you were doing, you were loving yourself, loving the people you were with, having a good time, because that is what it is all about. Guys, today we're talking about a movie from 1989, directed by the incomparable Mr. John Hughes. This is Uncle Buck. And before we get into this raucous adventure, hit that like and subscribe button for me, because this stars John Candy, Macaulay Culkin, in I think his first role, either his first or his second. I know this one led into Home Alone for him. And we have Laurie Metcalf, who, if anybody knows who she is, she was the love interest, Billy. I think that's his name, Billy from Scream. It was his mom, Billy Loomis. She played his mom in Scream 2, I think. And she's also Aunt Jackie from Roseanne and the Connors. That's how I know her. And she plays a great, just hysterically ridiculous, over-the-top, overzealous neighbor. I mean, and that's what she does best, right? That's who she is in Roseanne. That's pretty much who she is in Scream. So we have her in there as well. And this is just a solid, feel-good story, guys. I've enjoyed this story. I've only seen this movie maybe 3 times in my whole life, but I've always enjoyed watching it. And John Candy just brings that kind of just, raucous love to this film. He brings a kind of charisma. There's a tragedy in the family. He's the brother of the father. Father calls him and says, "Hey, man, I really need you to come, take care of my kids while we go handle this thing for my wife's family." He comes down. He, develops this really special bond with Macaulay Culkin's character. He intervenes on behalf of his troubled niece, who's getting herself into situations that she really doesn't need to be getting herself into. I mean, really, he's brash, he's crass, he's all those things, but he's also got a heart of gold, and he's endearing, and he makes you fall in love with this character. The way that he portrays him, just the subtlety of some of his gestures, like the conversation between him and Macaulay Culkin, where they're like firing off questions and answers back and forth, like just little subtleties with the way his facial expressions are, and the way he delivers his lines really brings Buck to life. You know what I mean? And so I really, really enjoyed this film. I thought the acting in it was superb, especially from Candy and Macaulay Culkin. Their chemistry on screen really kind of solidified how much I enjoy this film, because of the way that it just made you feel good. It was a positive interaction, and you could tell that, in every movie there's 3 acts. You have your beginning act, Act 1, you have your second act where you put your people into the situations, the meat and potatoes of your story, if you will, and then you have Act 3, which is your conclusion. And in Act 2, we see there's a little bit of divergence, a little bit of dissent among the ranks with Buck and his niece, and Buck and Macaulay Culkin. And really our payoff for the whole film is just seeing how the whole family comes back together again in the end, because, the tragedy has passed. They come home and they see, I say they come home, the mom and dad come home, and they see how much he's bonded with his niece and nephew. They see how much that they've grown to love him. And it's such a positive film. And John Hughes, I mean, he's a legend in and of himself. He always makes those really solid coming of age comedy type films. Pretty in Pink. I think he directed Home Alone 2. Maybe even Home Alone 2. I don't know. But he has directed some really, really classic teenage, slice of life, coming of age stories. And this is no different. Even though this doesn't revolve around teenagers evolving into their latter selves, this still involves a familial relationship evolving past the turmoil that it originally started off with, and I thought the payoff to this was just fantastic. Uncle Buck is a surefire classic. If you ain't never seen it, you need to get on that ASAP. You can find it streaming on Prime. I think that's the only place I found it streaming was on Prime, but it is well worth your time. If you haven't seen it before, definitely check it out, guys. It is there for you to enjoy. And if you've seen Uncle Buck, let me know what you think of it in the comment section. Let's start a dialogue about it, guys. But that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and stopping in for just a little while. And keep striving, baby. Keep thriving. I'm going to see you guys later. I'm going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. Peace out. God bless you. And I'll see you soon.